Foundation, a spiritual 501c3 organization whose purpose is to bring love to the world, and most importantly, to bring love to each and every person on the planet. We are starting a brand new podcast, aren't we, Deborah?
We are.
And this podcast is called She Said, He Said. We want everybody in the world to get an idea of how to solve problems using love. So we came up with the idea to have a spontaneous webcast or podcast, whatever we're going to call it. So where I will give Deborah, open a confidential envelope set forth by our producers, and give Deborah a question, which she has to answer from her female side. I will then respond, and then Deborah will wrap up, and then we'll conclude, and then enjoy the view. So here we go. This is the first podcast for She Said, He Said, sponsored by the Lovemakers Foundation. The first thing I do is open our confidential envelope here and get a question for Deborah. Deborah, with unemployment rampant in the United States, how can love help us solve the unemployment problem? Or if you're unemployed, how can love help an individual while they are unemployed?
Well, I would, she's saying, be resilient, practice resilience, practice doing your best, to see it maybe as an opportunity for new opportunities.
Very good. Is that how long your answer is? Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. Yeah, love. Applying love to a practical problem. People don't understand that love can be applied to any problem, that love is powerful. It's not just about the mind and mental toughness, but when you talk about resilience, as Deborah did,
which is an energy of love.
That's right. It's an energy of love. Yeah, to be resilient requires a couple of things. Number one, to love yourself. If you're unemployed, don't blame yourself.
Yeah.
If you got fired for some reason, well, think about that. What happened? But generally speaking, unemployment, it wasn't your fault. There have been many layoffs in major companies lately, and it's not your fault that you got laid off. It's an economic situation. Society is growing, but love can solve the problem. Love requires, though, that you become aware of the expansiveness and power of love. To be resilient requires self-love. You cannot judge yourself. You have to get rid of any guilt. You have to still love yourself and have the confidence and courage that you're going to be able to bounce back, and that you're going to be allowed to see the opportunities out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, wouldn't you say that when you get unemployed, that if you love yourself, you're going to be better off?
Most definitely, because when you get unemployed, it could bring up feelings of fear or not feeling worthy. So you have to come into that place of self-love, and it helps you identify those things that do bring passion and happiness to you. So maybe that could help you redirect your course of action for a new career, perhaps, or who you're reaching out to ask for help, to possibly hire you, or there might be resources that might help fulfill those needs so that you can follow your passion, those things that bring you those feelings of love and joy and happiness, and maybe serving others.
Yeah, that's very well said. I think the problem with love is that people don't realize the expansiveness of love, the different types of love. And when you apply the awareness of love, that love is an infinite power, and that you apply self-love and you start acting in the love. Even though you're in a bad situation, you act kind. You're grateful for where you are in this moment. And then you look at the infinite potential that love brings you. I was talking to a person recently that Deborah and I were coaching, and she was saying, oh, look, it's a bad situation. And I said, look, let's reframe this. not having a job gives you an opportunity to decide what you want to do with the rest of your life. Do you want to start your own business? Is that a possibility?
You learn to look at the possibilities.
That's right. You learn to look at the possibilities. What kind of job do I really want? Because, we're all working and we're conditioned. You're conditioned to be a working maniac. You're conditioned to take orders and to fall in line with your employer. When you don't have a job, there's nobody to condition you. Of course, there's also no safety net. But when you live in love, you don't need a safety net. You have yourself. You have the opportunity to start your own business, to look for any job that you want. And so you may need qualifications. Well, if you don't have the qualifications for the job you want, get those qualifications. You'll figure it out. And that's what love is about: reaching your potential, maximizing your potential, using your spiritual energy to get what you want in life.
Yeah, knowing your worthiness.
That's right.
Yeah.
You are worthy. And, Deborah and I have a saying at our regular love message. Deborah, why don't you tell them what it is?
That love is the way, and believe in love, become love, and that'll guide you.
Yeah, and that's beautifully stated, Deborah. Well, that wraps up our first podcast. We hope we helped illuminate some of the issues you might be having out there. But the principles we're discussing, they apply to anything, because love is the most powerful force in the world, and love will connect you to your highest self. So go in love. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Deborah, I'm sure hoped you enjoyed the podcast.
Join us next week. We'll be here next Wednesday.
Yeah, check us out on the Love Makers Foundation YouTube channel. But remember,
love is the way. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.
Have a great day. Go in love. Cut it off. Hit the X. Here we go.